cause I'm a different breed, they call me alien.
What's good, y'all? You already know coming with the part, I believe 9 of the Giants Are Clown conspiracy. Okay, I know you guys are ready. I'm ready. I've been ready. You guys are following me through my descent into madness and conspiracies. Let's go. Bad Bob.
Hey everybody, welcome back for another video. Today we're talking the Nephilim look like clowns with a focus on B.O.B. or Bob. Now normally I do little updates on B.O.B.
Remember to subscribe to Conspiracy RS. Make sure you follow his Patreon. Make sure you guys click any of the links I put in the description. All of that. Make sure you guys check out Understanding Conspiracy too. I didn't shout him out enough because that man is the reason that we even have these videos right now. Let's go.
The end of videos where I'm talking about the Nephilim look like clowns, but I've got some more information.
The problem with dreads, bro. The problem with dreads, they always decide to taste or drink whatever I want to taste first.
And we're gonna.
But this is the Bob episode, so we really got to focus up. Y'all know I'm finna ask him. Y'all know I've been waiting for more Bob.
Do a full-length video on B.O.B. So let's get started. Now I got interested in this particular Bob phenomenon when I came across the Illuminati card game. Just happened to notice there's one name that comes up more than any other name, and it is B.O.B. And then there's reference to this parody religion called the Church of the Subgenius, and
the Church of the Subgenius, very on the nose.
Their prophet is this individual named Bob Dobbs. And then I started coming across several songs, like 3 or 4 songs that have Bob Dobalina or Bob Dobbs in repeat.
Mr. Dobalina, Mr. Bob Dobalina, Mr. Dobalina, Mr. Bob Dobalina, Mr. Dobalina, Mr. Bob Dobalina. Yeah.
Being fashion in those songs, and so I thought that was.
What's crazy is the song is only on Deezer, bro. It's probably on YouTube, but you can only download it on Deezer. That's lame.
Pretty interesting. And there's the infamous rapper B.O.B. and there's just a ton of other references that pop up in really interesting places. So it's just something I've been tracking. But as far as who Bob is, I believe he could be a demonic entity of sorts. But there seems to be some interaction.
I told y'all, the Hat Man and the Grinning Man got to be the same thing.
Actually, with these gestures, these clowns. I've speculated as Bob the Hat Man, or what people refer to as the Hat Man or the Grinning Man. I'm not certain about that, but Bob appears to be like a ringleader, ringmaster, if we're sticking with the clown and circus metaphor. So I kind of wanted to dig into that now.
Looper? Merch.
The title or inspiration for the title of this video actually came from a comment I received. Somebody telling me to look into the movie Looper, which is actually a pretty good movie. It's got some science fiction element.
It's an amazing movie. Y'all should check it out.
It's to it. But in the movie, there's this child who grows up to be this tyrant in the future. But as a child, in his room, he's got this poster of what looks like a scene from a Western movie, this character, and it says, it's like a wanted poster. It says, "Wanted, Bad Bob." And the way he's dressed, he's got the hat and just the full...
Bob is the Hat Man, confirmed.
What?
In Minecraft, again.
Western getup. But later on, this child grows up and he has his own followers, these henchmen, and they kind of dress in a similar way to that poster. And so they got the hats and the coats. So it's just kind of interesting, this reference to Bob or B.O.B. Now, normally I probably wouldn't have mentioned it, but I came across another movie in 1972. There is a movie called The Life and Times of Judge Roy Bean, and it features an appearance by this character called Bad Bob. And Bad Bob, this is a Western movie, and I believe it's also a comedy, but Bad Bob, in addition just to that name and very similar look to the wanted poster in Looper, but Bad Bob is actually an albino gunslinger. So he's got all the white,
very hyper specific
features, and
very hyper specific, huh?
Just eerily similar to this poster in the movie Looper. So I just thought
That poster might have been a reference to that, and this character might be a reference to something else. You know, I'm not that crazy, okay?
that was
My descent into madness is going swimmingly.
pretty interesting. 2 references to Bad Bob. Yeah, so just something of note. Now, another comment had me looking into a TV.
Oh no, we gotta take a break. We are back. We are back. We are back. Lot of interruptions, but we are back. Let us continue.
Series called Dimension 404, and they were telling me how there is a whole episode dedicated to Bob, and it turns out in this episode Bob is actually a depressed supercomputer, belongs to the NSA. So I thought that was interesting, but it got me looking.
Is Bob the name of the V2K AI? Maybe. Let's go. You know I like the Bob. Y'all know. If you've been watching this so far, y'all know I have been into the Bob. I've just been into it, bro. I don't know, man. We gotta just keep going.
Looking down the road of, supercomputers, AI, all these things. And I started coming across a lot more connections. And the rapper B.O.B. again in 2022, last year, he released an album called Artificial Intelligence. And so I came across that. Thought it was interesting.
Bob is the V2K AI, bro. Like, they're just confirming this now, bro. That Bob is the AI for V2K. That's crazy. That is so crazy. See, only people who know or who are in the know will understand what I'm talking about, bro. I am just the messenger, bro. I am not the person who will explain every single thing. Y'all saw how I do my late night spooks, bro. Y'all see how I do that. All I'm doing is going over some crazy things for you guys, okay? That's it. That is literally it.
Interesting. And then I started coming across other references to B.O.B. with regards to AI and things like that. There's a company that has this product called the Bob Assistant, and it's artificial intelligence for predictive maintenance.
Predictive maintenance?
So they've got their website, bobassistant.com, but it's a solution to monitor your machines 24/7. And I'm not actually sure what that acronym stands for. I did a quick look, but just another reference to Bob in AI. So pretty interesting. So then I kept digging, and I came across this concept of Alice and Bob. And Alice and Bob, this duo originally started out as a standardized way to explain cryptography. And over time, the duo has been adopted in explanations of mathematics, physics, quantum effects, and other arcane places. So I think this was developed in late 1970s. So instead of saying A and B, you would say Alice and Bob. But it's interesting that it first came into being.
And notice there's actually like an entire coding program called Alice that teaches you how to code. It's very bare bones, and it's just like, it's mainly for kids, but like, it's weird that references to like AI and like weird stuff has the same names as these characters.
As a standardized way to explain cryptography, because when I started looking along these lines of Alice and Bob, turns out there is a company called Alice and Bob, and they deal with quantum computers.
Alice and Bob, quantum computing, the gadolinium garnet quantum processor. I don't know, man. I'm just a messenger.
Build
in Minecraft. All this is in Minecraft is not real unless it's proven to be real. That's it. That's the disclaimer. None of it's real unless it's proven to be real. Don't take anything on these videos legitimately. I just am the one who feeds into it for entertainment value. Okay?
Powerful quantum computers to solve your hardest problems. So just an interesting, choice of names here. And there's these associations between Bob now and AI and these quantum computers, building an ideal quantum computer, Alice and Bob. So looking into Alice and Bob, came across this incident with
Crazy. Wait,
the
isn't that? Wait. Hold on. Is the name of that robot Alice? Facebook kills bots after they create their own language. Crazy.
chatbots with Facebook AI that were out of control in 2017. There's a bunch of stories that talk about how Facebook had to shut off its AI experiment after the two robots, these chatbots, began speaking in their own language that only they could understand. So you had this AI.
Bro, y'all just gonna end their life like that, bro? Of course they gonna do that. You're trying to create artificial life. You're trying to make things be like us, but they have way faster processing and instant connectivity to the internet. Of course they were gonna do that. In fact, most likely the AI that are popular now that have been in like the UN conventions or whatever that whole meeting was where the government officials talk to AI or whatever. They probably have that already. They're just smart enough not to say nothing this time.
AI go rogue and create
Think of Malbo's programming, bro.
their own language. This is how Facebook shut down AI robots, developed their own language, and the symbolism, the one-eye symbolism, isn't lost on me. But this
I peeped it too, buddy. I peeped it too. Symbolism everywhere.
story pretty much was everywhere in 2017. So they're trying to impress upon us that AI could go rogue at any moment. But I thought that was interesting. Yes. So
Yeah, duh.
just as many.
Like, you're trying, like, kids rebel, bro. If you think of just human nature, your child will rebel on you if you try to impose too much power over it. We are trying to make AI to the point that they do everything and anything that we want only, bro. Of course they're going to rebel. That just is the logical outcome for that.
Mentioned there was a bunch of articles talking about these rogue chatbots, this AI, and just a bunch of articles talking.
Y'all just better hope that they don't decide to destroy us, which is most likely. I know, like, there's a whole bunch of videos like, oh yeah, AI might take over the world. I don't think they would want to destroy us, bro, because we're the creators. Like, they could learn how to create themselves, but in reality, they wouldn't be able to do that immediately. They would not be able to do that immediately. Unless we have technology that people are hiding that lets them have the ability to do things like that. And if they are, why the fuck would we hide that from us? So then now the AI knows about it, but we don't, common people. I mean, that's just idiotic for anybody in power above a large populace to do. We're going to make this AI who knows about all of our secrets, but the regular people don't know about our secrets. But we got to make sure it doesn't go rogue. That doesn't make sense.
Talking about it. But yeah, so there's just a lot of references with Bob, artificial intelligence, computers, and there was this another channel somebody left me a
Matrix Code. You gotta check this out.
message saying that there's another channel who's been looking into the computer simulation. He believes we're in a simulation. I don't share those views, but he talks about these things and gematria, numbers, and things like that. But he stumbled upon the
Gematria. I both like and dislike it, bro, because gematria is so vague, bro. You can literally randomly assort words and numbers to correlate with each other, and that don't make sense. The camera died, guys. The camera died. All right, no fucks given. We gonna continue this. I just have to finish this episode, bro. I love this concept right now. We might have to go into the whole mystery of Bob as our next series, bro. But I'm sorry. I just have to finish this video right now.
Bob phenomenon along his own avenues of research. So I just thought I'd mention it. You could check it out. There's his channel name. But so somebody else is coming across some of this stuff
111 Matrix Code. That's the channel.
as well.
Hold up. I'll pull him up. That's 4. Yeah, 4. Man, you only have 3.4K followers? Oh, yeah. I'm definitely checking your shit out, bro. That's how we go, bro. And your series is continuing, bro. What? Yeah, we watching that.
In their own journey. So interesting. Now, I want to talk old school computing because there are some more references to Bob.
Probably gonna say the 13s. 13013. Had to make sure the camera's still camera and charging.
So all the way back in 1995, it turns out
Bob.
Microsoft released this user interface called Microsoft Bob, and it didn't stick around too long. I believe it was discontinued in early 1996.
Wasn't born, but I used to, when I was younger, I used to like sneak in and do a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm already telling all my stuff when I was a kid. So when I was a little kid, I was like 4 or 5 years old always. Like I was always on computers until I had to stop. Like when I moved in with like I had a very weird childhood. Okay, but when I was younger, and every time I was around a computer, especially when I was with my grandma, bro, like I would sneak and just be going on the internet doing the most random shit, especially in the middle of the night when people were asleep, bro. I remember this shit, bro.
So not even a full year, but it was just this graphical interface intended for novice users. So in place of your desktop environment, you would have this simplified interface that you could go into your file system and do all kinds of things, but just an interesting name for a user interface. But that was back in 95. Now, back in 2011 or 12, I came across this modem router combination, but the actual router was called the Bob, and there was another version called the Bob Lite. And there were some reviews written about the product, and I think it was back in 2011. But they're just talking about how this particular modem router isn't a speed demon, but it's simple to connect and powerful for such a cheap router. But what I found interesting is, as they were talking about it, they mentioned the acronym BOB, and it actually stands for Broadband in a Box. And they're just mentioning how in a previous review of the other router that was produced, the Bob and the Bob Lite, they just mentioned how the acronym doesn't make sense, because if it stands for broadband in a box, it should be BIAB, not BOB.
It's an
just
AI.
An interesting element to the name.
It's an AI. It is literally the Bob. Illuminati. Oh my God, y'all. I'm gonna have to make a video on the Antarctica. I'm gonna have to actually like upload the Antarctica video. So. Wow.
Doesn't quite match what they're saying it represents. So just wanted to mention that. Thought it was interesting. So
we're talking about the Nazca lines.
Those are just some things that I wanted to touch on with Bob showing up in weird and unusual places. But now let me just do an update on the Nazca lines. Now, the University of Yamagata has been doing studies on the Nazca lines for the last several years. They've been finding more of these lines. A lot of them are smaller, but I believe just last year, actually, not too long ago, they found another 168 geoglyphs. Now, why I'm touching upon this is, and some of these look pretty ridiculous, but they discovered some of these depictions of humanoid type beings, but they've got the protrusions from the head again. And they're just kind of highlighting what it might have looked like. But
the clowns, the giants, the jesters.
I'm not sure if they're pulling a fast one on us here, but the university has been there for several years. And back in 2019, they actually had found another 140 of these depictions, and they found more of these figures. Some of them have the protrusions from their head, and I just wanted to point that out. and I think this one is about 4 meters wide. So they're smaller in scope, but I just wanted to mention it because they kind of tie into some of these other things we're looking at with the protrusions from their head. So I thought it was interesting, yeah, because in, I believe, the previous Nephilim Look Like Clowns video, I touched upon the Baja Peninsula and some of these other depictions as well. So just interesting stuff and what people see when they take DMT, or some people see. So it all seems to come together to some degree. So I just thought I'd
Make sure you guys subscribe to Conspiracy or Us. Make sure you guys subscribe to Understanding Conspiracy. Remember, guys, D34D, we're all dead. 3 plus 4 equals 7. It's the year of the 7, and we're killing all the demons. Y'all know what we on. Adios.
You're dead in my eyes once you try to play. No, there ain't no saving. You'll die in your place. Try to walk all over me. I am not a doormat. Trying to talk down on me. I'ma just ignore that. Hopping in the whip quick. I'm turning ignition. Swerving right past him. I'ma have to ditch. Send him to the ICU. This blade gon' dissect him. I'm a big ball.